You know that feeling when you have a meal at a restaurant and it's so good, you're just convinced there's some kind of magic involved? You try to make it at home, but something's always missing, some secret technique. Well, today we're putting on our detective hats because we are cracking the Red Lobster code. I mean, come on, we're talking about those absolutely legendary Cheddar Bay biscuits or that perfect shrimp scampi. It feels like the recipes are locked away in some top secret vault. But what if I told you the keys to unlocking those flavors aren't about complex ingredients, but about a few core techniques that literally anyone can master? That's exactly what we're doing. We are pulling back the curtain on 3 of their most famous dishes. And we're not just going to read a recipe card. No, we're going full-on detective mode to find the one crucial technique that makes each dish work. By the end of this, you'll have the keys. First up, the icon, the legend itself, the Cheddar Bay biscuit. We have one mission here, and one mission only. How in the world do they get that unbelievably light, flaky, pull-apart texture every single time? Let's look at the evidence. So you look at the ingredient list, and you're probably thinking, that's it, right? It's just flour, cheese, butter, buttermilk, nothing you can't find at any grocery store. This tells us something huge right away. The secret isn't in what they're using, it's in how they're using it. Okay, so the process seems simple enough. Whisk the dry stuff, but then you hit step 3. See how cold butter is in all caps? That's not a suggestion, my friends. That is our first major clue. You want to work that cold butter in until you have little pea-sized pieces all through the flour. And this. This is so important it gets its own slide. It's a direct warning. Do not overmix. The moment you do, you start developing gluten, and gluten is the mortal enemy of a light, fluffy biscuit. Your dough should look kind of shaggy and messy. Trust me, that's exactly what you want. So we've got our clues. We have an explicit instruction to use cold butter and a serious warning not to overmix. So what is the one single thing that ties it all together and creates that texture we're obsessed with? This is it. The whole case hinges on the temperature of the butter. When those little solid, cold pieces of butter hit the super high heat of the oven, they instantly melt and release steam. Poof! That steam creates tiny air pockets inside the dough, forcing it to separate into all of those incredible flaky layers. That's the magic. So you just drop spoonfuls of that shaggy dough onto a baking sheet, bake them hot and fast, and then the grand finale. The second they come out of that oven, you brush them with that glorious garlic butter. The heat from the biscuits makes them soak it all up. And just like that, case closed. All right, let's open our next case file, the garlic shrimp scampi. Now, the shrimp is obviously the star, but the real mystery we're solving is the sauce. How do restaurants create a sauce that's so deep and complex and flavorful instead of just, melted garlic butter? Aha! Our list of suspects. We've got plenty of garlic, of course. We've got a dry white wine for that sharp acidic backbone, some bright lemon juice, and a little Old Bay for that signature flavor. The potential here is huge, but it all comes down to technique. Okay, the first few steps are all about building layers of flavor. You sear the shrimp, creating all those delicious browned bits on the bottom of the pan. And notice that warning. You want the garlic fragrant, not burnt and bitter. But then you do something that feels wrong. You take the perfectly cooked shrimp out of the pan. And you might be looking at this empty pan with just a little garlic and some brown stuff stuck to the bottom and think the exciting part is over. But no. This right here, this is the moment a good home-cooked meal becomes a truly restaurant-quality dish. All the flavor for your sauce is right there, stuck to that pan. And here it is. The master key, the secret technique. It's called deglazing. When you pour that wine into the hot pan, the sizzle isn't just for show. It's dissolving all those caramelized, stuck-on bits of flavor, lifting them up, and infusing them into your sauce. You are literally scraping up pure flavor. That is the secret. So you pour in your liquid, scrape that pan clean, and let it simmer for a bit to really concentrate all those amazing flavors. Then, and this is important, you take it off the heat before stirring in the butter. That makes it creamy, not greasy. Then you just return the shrimp to the pan to get coated in all that goodness. Perfect.
Okay, for our final case file, we're taking on the coconut shrimp. And the challenge here isn't the flavor, it's all about the texture. How do you get that coating to be perfectly crispy, golden brown, and most importantly, to actually stay on the shrimp when you fry it?
The evidence for that perfect crunch points to two key accomplices: light, airy panko breadcrumbs and sweet, shredded coconut. That incredible dipping sauce doesn't hurt either. But again, the real challenge is getting that coating to stick like glue. Now this time, the secret isn't a single ingredient or a single action. The secret to a perfect, crunchy coating that will not fall off is all about the process. It's about having a flawless, organized system in place before you even start coating a single shrimp. And here is that system, the classic 3-step dredging station. It's a culinary assembly line, and each station has a critical job. The flour gives the wet mix something to grab onto, the wet mix acts like the glue, and the coconut mix, well, that brings a delicious crunch. It's beautiful. So the execution becomes this simple rhythm. Dredge in the flour, dip in the egg, and then really press it firmly into that coconut mixture. Get a nice, thick coat. Then you fry it hot and fast so the outside gets perfectly crispy before the shrimp has a chance to overcook. It's a foolproof system for crunch every time. So, we did it. We've cracked 3 different cases. But in the process, we've actually uncovered 3 incredibly powerful techniques that go way beyond just these Red Lobster recipes. These are the master keys you can now add to your own kitchen tool belt. So let's recap what we've learned. If you want insanely flaky biscuits, pie crusts, or scones, it's the cold butter method. Want to make an incredible pan sauce for steak, chicken, anything? You've got to deglaze that pan. And if you want the ultimate crispy coating on pretty much anything you can fry, the 3-step dredging station is your best friend. And you know, that's really the biggest secret of all, isn't it? What we think of as this untouchable restaurant magic is usually just a collection of simple, fundamental techniques just executed perfectly. And these are things that absolutely anyone can learn how to do. You now have 3 master keys that can unlock countless recipes. The principles for creating flaky texture, building deep flavor, and getting that perfect crunch, they're all yours now. So the only question left is, what mystery are you going to solve in your kitchen next?